thought the first 15 minutes of the game, we were pretty sharp, especially for it being the last one before a long break for our guys. And then they went on a heck of a run. I want to say we're up 20 with 3:50 left in the first half and found ourselves up 8 at halftime. They cut it to 5. And then I thought our full court pressure was the biggest factor, allowing us to get a lead and extend a lead. We had a group in there for a little bit, led by Dylan James. I thought his energy was fantastic defensively at the point of our press and made some things happen. And again, we were able to stretch it out a little bit. I think West Georgia is very good. They execute really, really well, and they've got guys that can go make shots off the bounce, and they've got shooting, and they've got some size. Big that steps out and made some threes, and they were down a player too. So I think they've got a chance to be good in their league. And I was appreciative of the crowd. December 22nd at 2 o'clock, pretty unique scenario for a fan base, and represented well. I think it was a sellout, if I'm not mistaken. I think it kind of speaks to our marketing and our administration and the growth of our program. So I'm appreciative to our fans, and we're ready for a break, ready for our guys especially, to be able to get away from it physically and mentally so we can come back recharged for one more tune-up before the grind of the SEC. But LIU's good.
Coach, after Thursday's game, Santo came in here and he kind of let it be known what his expectations of this team were, and then he responded immediately with 15 and 15. Just can you tell me what your thoughts are on how he's grown as a player, but then he's also kind of growing as someone who's willing to kind of walk the walk and talk the talk in that locker room?
Yeah, you can't lead others unless you can lead yourself, and he's learned how to do that to a certain extent, and he's got more growth to do in that category, as all sophomores do. But he's come a long ways from his freshman year from a cardiovascular standpoint, skill level standpoint, maturity standpoint, controlling his emotions with the fouls and that type of stuff. And sometimes, when you got a 7'6" wingspan and you're 260 and you're the elite shot blocker that he is, sometimes he's the recipient of a tough one, a tough call from time to time, or a shove called against him that may not be called against others because he's so strong. And all bigs feel like they're picked on at times, but I do feel like he is picked on at times. And he's learned how to just move on to the next play better. Will he take a couple steps backward at times moving forward? Probably. I just hope not a bunch. But he owns that, and he's growing. He's growing every day, mentally more than physically. And now he's, when he's able to be in a really good place, he can use his voice, and as long as he's modeling it, it's got substance. But he was really good. I mean, this guy hadn't missed a shot in about a month. It's crazy.
Going back to what was said after Thursday's game, Samto being frustrated, you expressed your frustration. What did you see from the response just these last few days from the team and how that showed up tonight?
We were very good in practice the last couple of days. Again, I thought pretty good first 15 minutes, and then first 15 minutes of the second half, I would say good. I mean, we were good, probably as good as we've been. The last 5 minutes of the game, not quite as good. Those things are tough scenarios sometimes for young people. But again, credit West Georgia. But yeah, overall, to answer your question, were we better the last 3 days? Did our guys respond from the last game defensively? Absolutely. But we got a ways to go.
I know in the grand scheme of things, if you're talking about a full season, scoring 100 points, doesn't factor really anything. All wins count the same. But still, this is the 6th time this has happened this year. A set a school record. Is that something to be excited about? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, everybody likes to see it go in, right? And we all like watching scoring, and I'd like to see us continue to get better offensively in a lot of ways. And I don't know how many times we can score 100 against SEC opponents, but we're better offensively than we've been here, in a while, of course. And I said it really after we signed our last couple guys out of the portal. I thought this team would have a chance to be as good offensively as any team that I've coached, and we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Our schedule will continue to get tougher, and then we've got to continue to improve defensively. but when we're spaced and we're playing the right way and we're moving it, and we're just playing out of concepts and taking our shot, we're hard to guard at times.
Coach, just to piggyback off that a little bit, obviously tonight, there was a stretch where you guys created some turnovers and kind of turned that into some of your offense. Just what's the benefit of that? And, obviously being able to do that, but then also what are your thoughts of how you guys have played in the half court, along
Sure.
with that?
We've kind of been up and down in all of those categories. We've been sporadic. We hadn't been incredibly consistently bad or good in any category. We're able to score pretty effectively in the half court at times. Sometimes we've shown that we've got a lot of work to do, and have that complemented by the ability to turn you over at times and score it in space. Didn't do a great job really in space tonight off of some of those turnovers, and credit those guys. The way they converge on the ball and their hand activity on the ball. We got the ball stripped from us a bunch tonight, but if you can score it effectively in the half court and you can create turnovers and score really effectively in the open floor, then you're elite offensively. And we're not there, but we're good offensively, and I think we can continue to get better.
Coach, I know it's no accident, but whenever, Blue and Jeremiah in the game at the same time, the energy level just for the whole team just kind of really picks up. I mean, when you're in transition, when you've got, Blue especially diving for balls, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just what they bring, though, when they're in the game together and what they're doing.
Yeah, so we play so many different lineups and combinations, and those guys start together, and at times together, especially offensively, they were pretty electric. I like the way we started both halves defensively, but at times it's funny. Someone else might say, hey, with Justin Bailey and Dylan James out there, because those guys just play with reckless abandon. But we've got a few combinations that, game in and game out, I think you'll see, whether it's offensively or defensively, we'll look back and say that combination there got it going. But those two guys got it going in the open floor, certainly in the second half.
Got a week until the next game, and then obviously the holidays. But what do these next few days look like for you guys before we're talking about Long Island next week?
Getting away. A bunch of our guys are getting away, and I think it's important to provide that opportunity to these guys. I've done it consistently as long as I've been a head coach. I think it's important for everybody to prepare for the SEC grind and to prepare for LIU first, and really the practice on the December 26th, heading into that one for continued growth. I think we just got to recharge physically, but especially mentally. And I think I'm a big proponent of our guys getting away from it a little bit. I challenge them to get at their wind because December 26th is going to be very difficult. And I know some of these guys will watch some hoops, and I'd love for our guys to watch hoops every day, but also just get away from it and be a family member, be a friend, be a young man who isn't in the gym for 4 hours, for the next few days. And usually, not usually, I would say almost every holiday break when our guys come back, wherever I've been, whatever school I've coached at, guys come back recharged, and that's what I expect on the 26th.
I know Cannon missed a game, of course, of an illness.
Yeah.
What we're hearing, is he doing okay? Just something a little minor?
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. Just didn't feel well this morning and had to miss shoot around. And I think he thought about post shoot around, should I give it a go? And this break will be good for him, and just like everybody else. But he'll be totally fine.